Hello and welcome back to a new episode of Stonehearth. We are continuing off from last time, though I have done some things in between episodes. Basically just some light maintenance with the town and basically getting it ready to record hopefully a new cool structure for you guys to enjoy. There's only 2 professions left and then we can start doing residential buildings. So we're going to knock one of those professions off today, and that profession is going to be the herbalist. It's actually one of the oldest professions that we've had, and it's about time they get a nice little cottage of some kind to work out of. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and what I'm thinking, it's gonna go right here on this corner, and it's actually gonna be a little bit different than most of these builds. It's actually might be a little bit more reminiscent of, say, the carpenter's hut, at least what I have planned in my mind, and hopefully you guys like that, as I feel like we've kind of built the same, I guess, base format here over and over, and this one's gonna go, it's gonna remind you, I hope, of something that might be a, I guess, English cottage or something like that. So we're gonna go ahead and work on the foundation shape here. And, you know, I'm thinking if we run this thing kind of vertically on the road here, just because we haven't really done that, at least not too much, building-wise. And it's going to be a little bit of a, I don't know if it's going to be large or small, but it's going to be a little bit different than normal. You know, let's go ahead and add just another little bit onto that length. And let's go about halfway, I think. And we're going to do a nice little jut here. That'll probably do something like that, to give us a nice little effect, I hope. And then we will do another little jut, I think, about like that. So that's gonna hopefully make some type of cool roof line for us. You know, I'm gonna have to move things over a little bit because we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about a 6 section for a door here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we'll do a small jut, right? And then the larger jut, about like that. We can just add 3 more onto it. There we go, something like that. And then on the back side, we can just translate that over just a little bit, just hint at that kind of shape translating through. There we go. It's gonna be a little bit of an asymmetrical design, which I think and hope will turn out well. So let's go ahead and throw up some walls here. And for the walls, you know, we might have to do this block by block to make this look right. At least for the entryway here. I think this 4 gap is going to be the main door. So we'll go ahead and do our best with the walls that we can do. Let's grab, let's see, brick, light mountain mist dark, and mountain mist cloudy. I think this will look nice. So let's start right here. It's not quite this color. It's gonna be a little bit different, I think. Yeah, okay. And a little bit different is just what I was hoping for. And it's gonna bump right up to the street on this side as we slowly wrap this thing around. By the way, this hole, this is going to be the tavern, or at least the small kind of inn area. And it's going to have a basement storage area, so that's why I dug a hole there. In case you guys are wondering since the start of the episode, I didn't really explain that at all, but that is in the works. I don't really know how well that's going to actually translate in the game, but you know, you guys have been wanting some sort of basement for a little while, so I figured now would be a good time to kind of do that. So for the door, well, we can do a colored door, which might look pretty quaint. And then some nice window frames here. Yeah, something like that. We'll use this kind of plus diamond shaped pattern here and see if we can't come up with anything cool. Let's do a vertical window here. This pattern on either side, that might look alright. Here we can keep it simple with just a double wide. And then we can do the vertical pattern here again. Let's grab this diamond window. Okay. And this section here, we can do that special window again. Let's go with a simple double wide there. And then here, can we double up these windows? Yeah, something like that. You know, let's put one more space in between them so it's a little bit more balanced. Gotta watch the weight of things occasionally. And so you can see this is a fairly large cottage. It's one of the larger ones that we've done. Really, yeah, definitely the largest. So let's go back to the wall tool. And on the interior, let's go with just a simple Hillary kind of interior here. And we can design some simple little rooms here. Here we go, just divide it up. Kind of an entryway, workstation, bedroom. And we can also throw in some doors. You know, let's go just plain wooden doors on the interior here. I think this one will try and fit this corner as best as possible. I want to try and maybe fit a single dining table here or a desk of some kind. Okay, not bad, not bad. And then on the upper section, we will go ahead and increase the wall height here by, oh, I think this section will do a peak. Something like that. But what I want to do is maybe make it a steeper roof line than normal. You know, something like that. And then back here, we can actually create what would be a possible, at least from the outside, a visual loft area. We don't necessarily need that to be represented on the inside, but that might be okay. Then here we can do, I guess we can keep that high arch going up here. And if we do it 3 times, that'll match this front. But you know, we might have to do it 4 times. Okay. I need to add a wooden piece here, Just so it can possibly make sense. That is not the right color. I think this is, though. Nope. I can never choose the right color half the time. It's a little... I think that's right. No, it's definitely in the reds. Is that? No. What color are you? I guess my original choice was correct. Okay, so we'll just do this, kind of pop up the front here, and then go back to this roof line. Something like that. Now the question is, can I get this to match up back here? I think that is actually good. Good. I was a little worried about that. It seems like we might be able to do this after all. The reason I want a higher arched kind of ceiling here is just something a little bit different, a little bit more grand. And really these high kind of roof lines, in my opinion, lend itself well to a cottage look. So this section will be a little bit more flat, and then that'll cut across. It's gonna be a little weird. Okay, so let's grab our wood here and do our best. Actually, we need to finish these arches in these sections, just so the inside remains sealed. Now, you could easily fit a loft in this, and it would probably do fairly well. But that is something I'm going to have to pass for now. So we'll have to do this. Gotta make sure you run your beams as high as possible. It really kind of sells the whole thing, in my opinion. So these will match up. This will go straight across and connect that way. Pre-planning your roofing as well is just a very time-consuming element. And I believe that is right. Something like that. If you don't run these beams all the way vertical, it can make the thing look really weird. Okay, so now we can do this. And take that down, and take that down, and that down, and that down. Okay. It's gonna look a little weird, but hopefully once it has the roof on it, it might look a little bit more proper. We're gonna go with a brown, kind of thatchy kind of roof line, similar to the color of maybe the carpenter's hut. Something a lighter brown, because everything's starting to kind of blend together, and this will be a nice point of interest to kind of lock onto. And then also what I want to do is make sure there's room for some windows on these upper elements for later. You know, that's not working out for me. I'd rather have A bit more of a grand window. So how do we do this? Do we do 2 and then this? Something like that? I don't think that's bad. And then higher up we can just place another double wide. Okay. Can't place anything there here, though we can place a nice little window. I'm pretty sure that'll do it. So let's go ahead and throw on the roof. I'm gonna make a little peak there, I think. Just a small one for the doorway, which you might have to thicken up. Let's go with just more supports. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something like that. That might look okay. You know, I really wouldn't mind a back door of some kind. Let's go with... Do I put a back door? Nah. Nope. Only one door. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and do the roof. We've already been building for 16 minutes. I hope these guys are going to be able to construct this building. It's a rather complicated one. And we know what happened last time I built a complicated building. It kind of backfired on us. So we'll use these 3 colors down here. So base, I generally use darker colors for the base. And that simply, I think I can get the contrast looking right quicker with that. And having this double overhang here, I think it's relatively interesting. So we'll go ahead and pop up these elements. Now we're gonna round off the top because thatch structures, they don't have a perfect kind of pointed element. They kind of round off the top as it is, you know, thatch. It's not necessarily, you know, the most sharp material in the world. So let's go ahead and raise that up. Oh, I know what we're missing. We're missing some sort of chimney. This is actually quite a fantasy structure. It's almost elven, just because of how pointy it is and tall and white. Definitely different than most that we have here. Let's, what did I say we're missing? We're missing something. Okay, we're gonna come back to that because I am blanking. So just continue this back, and you can see it just seals off that roof line just fine. Okay, the inside even makes sense, which is good. You know, even building in Minecraft, this is definitely a quick kind of method to do such a thing. Oh yeah, that's gonna look great. I'm already really liking this roof. It's definitely gonna have some dynamic elements onto it. I just hope the game doesn't crash when I try and build it. So I'm definitely gonna have to save before I hit the construct button. And then tell them to try. Because I would like to see if they can do this. This is, Oh yeah, that's gonna look very quaint. Very quaint indeed. So we'll just pop that back there. Good, so that matches up well enough. Still thinking I'm missing something, but I'm just blanking on what it is. I know I said we were missing something, I just don't remember what. Continue that down the side of the building, nice. Yeah, that'll work. Now I'm not even 100% sold on this. This is a little weird. A little weird for sure. Let's, do I just fill that in? Just bulk that up, maybe? That might look better. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Alright, let's go over here. I know you guys were complaining last episode a little bit that it was a little short of an episode because we were running into some issues with the save and the game crashing a little bit, and so hopefully I can make it up to you on this one. I need to pop that there and there. Cool. Now these little cottages also will occasionally have like a little window up here that's kind of more rounded. I'm leaving those out for now. You never know, we can always make a version 2 and something even more complicated if this even works. And really what we're doing is slowly building up the designs in the save and adding complexity over time as we learn and understand kind of the build mechanics more and more. So that is the center. Let's get our overhang here. Okay. Not bad. And doing this all in real time is pretty nice. One, it fills up the episode, so you guys have stuff to watch all the time, and you get to listen to me ramble on about useless stuff. But I also enjoy it just because doing speed builds, you know, it's very efficient in terms of how the episode progresses. You know, it's a lot of information very quick, but also sometimes I feel like it's a little too fast. You guys aren't getting really the full feel of how it is to build. And I think that's bad sometimes just because I do, you know, really enjoy explaining my thought process more. And I think that's just because when I watch other people play video games, I really like to know what they're thinking. So let's do this. You know, also will hopefully help you guys with your builds. I am actually looking at a reference of a cottage for this because I haven't built many cottages before. So, you know, I do want to stress that looking at our reference picture is a perfectly okay thing to do. In fact, you can probably find the structure I'm referencing off of from just a quick Google search. This isn't 100% off the top of my head. I'm changing a bit to make it work in Stonehearth, but you could definitely find a structure that looks very similar to this online. So never be afraid to copy. I think copying is a good way to learn. And also, it just builds your visual library. So if you've built a structure a lot, what you can do is then start combining other structures you've built a lot and copied from to make something more original than before. So, you know, if you guys are having trouble making your own stuff and you get frustrated, I suggest copying something, because that is definitely a thing that's totally viable. Yeah, a little bit of a barn kind of section on the back. That's pretty cool. Okay. Let's bring that out. And then, of course, once the roof shape is carved away, we'll go ahead and go back in with the lighter colors, kind of to try and tie as much of it all together that we can. Let's grab this. And this episode is probably gonna go a little long. I do want to build this whole thing on camera for you guys this time. As I think you deserve to watch the whole process every now and then. And you really get a feel for how long I think it takes me to do these things. Now, once it's finished and constructed and planned out, I might skip for when the building is actually completed in the game, but that's just really unneeded waiting on your guys' part to see just that little bit. Boom, and boom, and boom. So let's bring this all the way across. Like that. And this is definitely the hard part, where we kind of decide on how to combine these roof lines in a good manner. And I think if I remove that, kind of pop these down again, I think we have a winning formula here. Sometimes it takes a couple tries though to get everything pretty much right. Alright, that's not bad. That is not a bad structure at all. So let's go ahead and go in and add the random light dark areas to the roof. So I'm just basically gonna turn this into cottage cheese. I know you guys are probably like, well, why'd you build it up and now deleting large sections of it just to rebuild it again? Well, the reason is it's a bit easier to plan it all out ahead. At least for me. Some people would definitely, I guess, kind of weave in the alternating pattern as they go. And, you know, if you can do that, it might be a little bit more efficient and nice. But I do it this way just because I can go ahead and solve a lot of the problems ahead of time. And then just go back in like this and just add that little bit of color variety. Now, I don't know how the game is going to react to hiding the walls and things with this structure. It's definitely different than normal, so we'll have to wait and see until it's built. I have a feeling that it's going to collapse very oddly in the game. I feel like the game doesn't really recognize roof elements from wall elements very well, especially when you're using just these individual blocks. And so I think that's why in like Timber and Stone, they went with just the scroll down method, because there was no good way to kind of just distinguish between the wall and ceiling. And so they kind of went this quick route, which really, I think, solves a lot of the issues Stonehearth has. At least with that system. Okay, that makes sense. We can go ahead and fill these gaps here. And you can see that just adds a little bit of variation, makes it look a little patchy. Now, I could definitely add more if I felt like it was needed. Oh boy. Downside of what I was doing is this. You get a little confused sometimes when it comes down to these elements here. But I think that's right. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Something like that. That'll pass. That whole roof line there is a little weird. So as long as it functions, I'm happy with it. Okay. Now, I forgot the overhang element on this back wall here, so I'm gonna have to go back in with the base color, add that in there. If anyone messed around with pixel art, it definitely feels like I'm doing pixel art in a lot of these games. Which is fine. I've shown you guys some of my pixel art before. Pretty comfortable with doing that. Oh! I remember what we were missing now. Now that I've pulled away and looked at the thing, we're missing the chimney. Oh boy. You guys would have yelled at me if I would have forgotten that. So let's throw that onto here. And I'll try to, as it goes up, just work in some occasional color shifts. And this kind of solves the issue with that back window that I didn't quite like. So yeah, we get to add this wonderful little chimney. Okay, and then get lighter as we go up. Delete this. And let's do slightly wider at the bottom, just to give it some depth. Tell you what, that's not bad. That is not bad for a complicated little cottage. And when I say little, I mean it's not very little at all. It's definitely one of the bigger homes. And when you think cottages, you don't think large, but it suffices. So, we're gonna go ahead, save the game real quick, just in case something goes wrong. Okay. Finish editing. We're going to save this. Cottage 1. And now let's hope the game doesn't crash. Start building. It looks like it went through the planning phase well. We can play. Now we just have to wait for everyone to show up over here. Start digging out the foundation. You can see our workers slowly moving into the area. Now we had to build the structure first, and then we can add these upper windows that we had to chip away at the wall, just because you know, I really wish any vertical surface you could inlay these elements like doors and windows. I really don't like how it checks to see if it's an actual wall piece. That's something I wish they would maybe change in time. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of the way there. Hopefully run over to our stone. Now I did kind of cheat on the flooring. I didn't really kind of designate rooms with different floor colors or anything. which is a little lame, but you know, I mean, shoot, we built this in 34 minutes, people. I'm not gonna spend hours and hours and hours live, unless I was live streaming, building these type of things. So what we're also going to do with the cottage is I'm going to add a little fenced in area to the side, and we're going to fill that in with a whole bunch of these flowers and things to make it look more like an herb garden. Actually look like it serves the function, because having a cottage is one thing, but having an herbalist is another. So hopefully that happens quickly. I'm gonna go ahead and let these guys build up this structure, and I'll be back. I'll let you guys know if they can properly build this or not, so you guys know kind of maybe you can do some ambitious stuff on your own saves in Stonehearth in the future. Okay, so after much time and investment into our building, it has been deemed basically it might be buildable, but I didn't really have the time to wait it out. They built about a good quarter of it, and then they just started getting distracted by other things going on in the town, so building really slowed down. I waited about an hour, and they still didn't finish it, so I went ahead and just built it for them. I had all the materials, so you know, I don't really feel bad for spawning this thing in. And then, you know, attached our little garden here, made a little bit of a light dirt path kind of leading into the back, and just some grouping of herbs and plants. This tree will look pretty cool once it's fully grown. Also, couldn't actually fit windows up here, because windows, you can only place them on walls. If I try and place it on this ledge, try and line it up to the window itself, it actually won't let me do that. So that's something I think they should probably change later. But overall, I think it fits. It's a really nice looking structure, and I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out with these little flower pots, some benches kind of hanging out. It's definitely a quaint little cottage for our people. So if we go ahead on the inside, we can see they haven't quite finished laying out everything, but it's definitely a fairly large building that can house a lot of space. So we have kind of this breakfast nook area and this entryway, followed by a proper stone table on the inside, a desk. We have the herbalist table over here and some storage chests so they can quickly drop things off if needed. And it looks like we are under attack. We also lost 2 people. Sadly, while I was off gathering these items for the garden, some orcs cut off my people, and so therefore, sadly, we lost our herbalist and also our mason. So I'm gonna have to deal with that somehow over time. Let's pop this open real quick. Let's see, let's craft about 20 health potions or so. Anyways, I think this is going to do us for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was quite a longer one than normal by about 5 or so minutes. So if you guys stuck it out, you know, thank you guys so much for, you know, supporting my content. I really do enjoy hearing feedback and what you guys think. So go ahead and let me know down below what you guys want built next, or possibly built in the future. We have plenty of room to expand. Real quick though, this is going to be the tavern. This up here, we're going to be building the pottery area up closer to the mine. And then this section will be residential, kind of a bunch of homes and row homes and stuff. So if you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like so I know you guys enjoyed it. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new. Check out my other videos if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you guys next time in some Stonehearth. Wow, look at that massive patrol going through town. It's pretty impressive.